When it comes to raw strength, explosive power, and the ability to change the course of a baseball game with a single swing, few names shine brighter in the modern era than Giancarlo Stanton. Fans call him G. Coaches call him a difference maker. Opponents, they often call him unstoppable when he finds his rhythm. For the New York Yankees, Stanton represents more than just home runs and highlight reels. He embodies the energy, intimidation, and spark that the franchise thrives on. And when Stanton is locked in, there's a unique electricity that flows not just through Yankee Stadium, but across the entire baseball world. This article takes a deep dive into what it looks like, and feels like, when Stanton is at his very best, exploring his style of play, mindset, impact on the team, and what separates him from other sluggers in the game. The physical presence of Stanton. Standing at 6 feet 6 inches and weighing around 245 pounds, Stanton is one of the most imposing figures in Major League Baseball. His build resembles that of a heavyweight boxer rather than a traditional baseball player. Every movement he makes on the field, whether it's digging into the batter's box or adjusting his gloves, carries an aura of intimidation. When locked in, Stanton's stance becomes even more menacing. His eyes lock onto pitchers like laser beams, and his timing becomes almost supernatural. Pitchers often describe facing him as a psychological battle before the ball even leaves their hand. The sound of power. Stanton's swing. Baseball is full of unique sounds, gloves popping, cleats scraping dirt, crowds cheering. But when Stanton makes contact, there's a different sound altogether. It's a sharp, thunderous crack that echoes through the stadium, drawing collective gasps from fans. Analysts often highlight how his exit velocities rank among the highest in MLB history. StatCast routinely measures his hits over 115 miles per hour, a number that very few players can even approach. That's why when Stanton is locked in, fielders sometimes say the ball gets on you faster than you can react. What locked in really means. So, what does it actually look like when Stanton finds his groove? 1. Consistency in hard contact. Instead of chasing pitches outside the zone, Stanton hones in on fastballs and punishable mistakes. Nearly every ball he touches feels like it's destined for the outfield wall. 2. Quiet confidence. He doesn't over-celebrate or show off. Instead, he walks calmly, head high, knowing he has the pitcher exactly where he wants him. 3. Unstoppable momentum. Once Stanton hits one home run, it often snowballs into a streak. Multiple games with home runs, long doubles into the gap, and pitchers suddenly pitching around him, even if it means walking him. For teammates, locked-in Stanton isn't just a hot streak, it's an event, a time when the team feels almost unbeatable. The emotional impact on teammates. Yankees players often mention how Stanton's locked-in stretches elevate everyone else in the lineup. When he starts crushing balls into the second deck at Yankee Stadium, players ahead of him on the lineup card feel less pressure. Players behind him get better pitches to hit because pitchers don't want to face Stanton with runners on base. Manager Aaron Boone has frequently praised Stanton for changing the tone of games. A single blast from him not only puts runs on the board but also injects confidence into the dugout. Imagine being a pitcher, struggling through the middle innings, and then watching Stanton crush a 450-foot home run. It's demoralizing for opponents, energizing for the Yankees, and electrifying for fans. The fan experience. Stadium eruptions. There's something unforgettable about watching Stanton at Yankee Stadium. Fans rise to their feet, anticipating a towering home run whenever he comes up to bat. His ability to deliver in big moments makes him a fan favorite, even during stretches when he struggles with consistency. When Stanton is locked in, every at-bat becomes must-see television. Fans grab their phones to record. Broadcasters raise their voices in anticipation. Even opponents can't help but admire the sheer spectacle of his power. Comparisons to legends. Throughout baseball history, there have been sluggers who could change games with one swing: Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds. Stanton belongs in that conversation when you analyze his physical gifts and his impact when in rhythm. While Ruth and Mantle brought charisma and Bonds brought controversy, Stanton brings a modern blend of discipline, raw muscle, and quiet determination. He doesn't need theatrics, his bat does the talking. The mental side of the game. What separates good hitters from great hitters often comes down to mentality. Stanton has admitted in interviews that staying mentally sharp is just as important as staying physically fit. When locked in, he shows patience at the plate, laying off breaking balls in the dirt. Selective aggression, waiting for the pitch he can drive. Calm under pressure, not flinching in high-stakes situations, whether it's postseason play or a rivalry game against the Red Sox. This mental discipline turns Stanton from just another slugger into an unstoppable force. Injury challenges and comebacks. Part of what makes Stanton's locked-in moments so special is the journey he's had with injuries. Over the years, hamstring strains, quad issues, and other setbacks have sidelined him. Critics often question his durability. But every time he comes back and finds his rhythm, it's a reminder of his resilience. Those stretches when he's locked in feel like comebacks not just for him, but for the entire Yankees fanbase. Stanton in October, the playoff factor. Perhaps the clearest evidence of Stanton's unique ability to lock in comes during the postseason. His playoff performances, especially in recent years, have been nothing short of jaw-dropping. In 2020 and 2021, he delivered clutch home runs that reminded everyone of his capability to shine brightest when the lights are brightest. October baseball has a different intensity, and Stanton's ability to rise to that level cements his legacy as a true Yankee slugger. Opponents, perspective. Pitchers across the league openly admit that facing Stanton when he's hot is a nightmare. Some even compare it to facing Aaron Judge, his fellow Yankees superstar. But what makes Stanton unique is his ability to hit the ball to all fields with equally devastating power. One mistake, a hanging slider, a poorly placed fastball, and the ball is gone. Pitchers often walk him rather than risk becoming the next viral highlight. A unique bond with Aaron Judge. Stanton's partnership with Aaron Judge creates one of the most feared duos in baseball. While Judge often garners headlines as the face of the franchise, Stanton's presence makes life significantly harder for opposing teams. When both are locked in, they form a two-headed monster of power and intimidation, a combination that draws comparisons to legendary power tandems throughout baseball history. The future of Stanton with the Yankees. Looking ahead, Stanton's role with the Yankees remains critical. Whether he plays primarily as a designated hitter or takes the field in the outfield, his ability to go on game-changing hot streaks ensures that he will continue to be a vital piece of the puzzle. Fans and analysts alike understand that as long as Stanton is wearing pinstripes, the Yankees will always have a chance to outslug opponents.